What up? What up? What up? It's your boy JB coming at you live and direct, and you know what it is. It's the Smoke Something, Drink Something podcast. I'm the Real Cigar Jeff, man. Welcome back to the channel. Mash that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell for notifications as soon as you come into the building, man. Tonight, we going to jump right into this thing. No music, no sound effects. Tonight's topic is a real one. We got to get into this thing real fast. So I don't even care about all the music and the sound effects, man. Y'all know Hometown Hookup Edition is in the building. Tonight's topic is relationship resolutions for 2024. We got to get some of y'all on track, man. And y'all know, bro, this is for entertainment purposes only now. Y'all got to make sure now, if you got something good, don't go ruin it listening to us in 2024. But we got some things we got to talk to y'all about, man. Hometown Hookup Edition is in the building. TLC, we switching it up a little bit because I want to give as much time to this as we can. When you got the topic, let me know what you were thinking. But first, tell them what you're sipping on and what you're smoking on, man, and then go into your wisdom for which route you going to go tonight. Go ahead with it.
What's going on, everybody? JB Rhonda. How's everybody doing tonight? It's your boy Teal Clayton. I'm on Instagram at Teal Clayton #1. Tonight, I'm smoking on the El Septimo #7. This is the Sacred Art Collection. I said, this is the last one of the year. What's the best stick I've had all year? And I think this is it. This is my favorite for the year. So
that's a good
smoking
stick.
on that. Now, I am drinking on a red wine. This is a Casa Rosa. But the wine itself isn't important. What's important is this wine glass because it ties into the topic.
Am I seeing flowers? Am I seeing flowers, TLC?
Yes, you see a flower. Get a good look at that.
This man is
it ties into it. It ties
coming up with his own merch.
When it comes to resolutions, this is relationship resolutions for 2024. But I got a resolution for myself, and it's stop buying stuff online without fully reading the details. I need this glass.
Is it plastic?
You know how it is when you surfing the internet. You just be there to look at, oh, that looks nice. Oh, it's hand blown. Oh, this is nice. So I ordered it. Comes in the mail. I'm gonna wait till Christmas to open the box. I open the box. It's one damn glass in this box. Like,
ain't nobody over there anyway.
But what do I want with one wine glass? Like, what am I doing?
Yes.
So, resolutions for 2024. Read the details of what it is you buying online. That's a personal resolution, but I'll leave it at that. That's how we start. But I will enjoy it.
When you got the topic, TLC, what did you think though? I know you went through your wine glass. I'm glad that one wine glass that sums up your life right there. I know y'all love him out there, but that sums up his life. That's why I had to stop hanging around it. One wine glass. I would have thought go ahead, TLC. What you think about the topic? What do you think about the topic?
The first thing that comes to my mind for 2024 relationship resolutions, I put down, show me, don't tell me.
Oh.
That was my first point. Because I'm thinking, I don't want to hear about the guy who knows the guy who knows the guy that owns crypto millionaire. No. Show me. I don't want to hear about the person who knows the person who knows. Show me. And for the ladies out there, I'm going to just go there. I hear all this Megan Thee Stallion, the Carly B's, or this WAP. If the WAP is so good, why is your husband leaving you? Don't show me. Don't show me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Show me in 2024. I want to see that WAP if it's that good.
Okay.
Not
TLC going there. TLC going there already. We told y'all this is for entertainment purposes only now. Y'all don't show. TLC said show it, don't tell it.
Don't tell me.
TLC said he looking for fruit in 2024. He looking for evidence.
Hey.
He looking for evidence, man.
Absolutely.
That's a good way to bring it. That's a good way to start it. Now, Rhonda, welcome back to the panel, man. And Rhonda, let them know what you thought when you got the topic. But first, let them know what you're sipping on over there on your end.
All right. Thanks, JB, for having me back. TLC, what's going on? You can find me on IG at RMBLMBT. I'm sipping on tonight. I had to go pour it in the glass. My JB was picking on me earlier when I said I was ready, but then I took off. So I'm drinking this.
I can't see it.
I can't see it, Rhonda. Put it in the middle of
Old Smoky Moonshine.
Ooh.
But I put it in the Real People, Real Conversations merch glass.
Nice.
For tonight. So that's what I'm sipping on. Put it in the pint. Put it in the pint glass. my thoughts on tonight, my couple of or a few little points I had was know what you want, know what you can tolerate, and if you don't know what you want and don't know what you could tolerate, then don't do a relationship in 2024.
Rhonda,
So,
boy, oh, I'm glad. I like that because you stepping on my toes now. I like that. I like that. You stepping on my toes. Which way I was gonna go with it?
okay.
Which way I was gonna go with it, man? Now you finish. You finish, Rhonda. I know you don't do the long diatribes like TLC.
Yeah, I don't, but I won't think about no WAP. But hey, that's your business. If you're thinking about the WAP, there's something to that, I guess, because you got to know how stuff is, test stuff out if you are going to
Yes.
be doing this relationship thing in 2024. And some of y'all just need to sit down, man, be by yourself, learn who you are, before you go trample on somebody else's stuff that they know you ain't emotionally ready. Back
Mm-hmm.
to you, JB.
Well, hey, Rhonda, now you preaching. You preaching because guys, when we came up with this topic, we knew this would be the last podcast for 2024, man. And everybody gonna make these resolutions. But
Yeah.
resolutions typically don't go nowhere after that first week in January, second week in January. And by the end of January, it's gone. But before I get
Yeah.
into mine, y'all know I'm drinking out of the smoke something, drink something mug. Just
Oh,
got off
okay.
just got back from the mountain, already feeling the effects of that weather change. So I got me a little immunity care tea with my Bib and Tucker and my natural Florida honey. I still got my Bib and Tucker, finishing that off. And so I'm gonna be sipping on that tonight till I can get back accustomed to being in Tampa. And I'm gonna tell y'all what 2024 is the year of you, not the year of y'all. Ron, I like what you
That's good.
said. I think for
That's good.
relationship resolutions for 2024, become the better you first.
Yeah.
TLC just made a point about Cardi B, and I'm gonna go into this a little bit later. Hopefully, Cardi B decided to become a good mother. Good parent don't make you a good spouse or significant other. Good parent does not supplement or make up for your deficiencies in being in the relationship, and that's what's hurting. Again, guys, I was in the airport today, pushing the stroller, carrying the bags, while the woman just walking around with her little carry-on. And I'm watching these guys do this stuff. And I'm gonna tell you guys, that's a recipe for disaster. Don't forget, guys, that you are the priority. Both of y'all just need to get back to what attracted each of you to each other. And get all the family out, the kids out. You got to make time for you. That's why I think my first resolution is 2024 is the year of you, not the year of y'all. TLC, when you hear me say that, what you think about that?
It's funny you should mention that because I could actually piggyback my second point off of yours. You're saying make 2024 the year of you. And my second point was do something new, try something new, and don't be afraid to fail. That's my second point. I was thinking about
TLC. No, TLC. I want you to dive into that, though. Give them some examples of what you try something new. Give them an example when you say try something new.
Because
a lot of these relationships they got stale in 2023. So when you say try something new, give us an example of that.
Maybe your routine right now is that you sit at home in your relationship and you only go out on Friday night. Try something new. Try going out on weekday night. Try a different restaurant. Anything. Spice it up a little bit. Don't be afraid to fail. I know a lot of people think, well, I don't want to try this new restaurant. It might not work out for us. If it don't work out, guess what you do the very next week? Try something new. Try a new spot. It's not that's part of keeping it fresh. And you're talking about making time for yourself, getting back to you. That's part of the process. It's just being willing. Don't get stuck in your ways. You have to be open to try different things. And you're not going to like everything you try. But that's okay.
Hey, hold on, TLC. Hold on, I got to jump in there too. Leave other people away when you're trying something new. Because a lot of y'all relationships being propped up by other people being around. When you try something new, make sure that it's just you and the other person you with, not everybody else. So TLC, I like that. Go ahead and I didn't mean to well, yes, I did, but go ahead and finish.
Yeah, you did. But no, that was my point. For my second point was just be willing to, don't be scared to go out there and just try something different. But something, maybe you're a couple, maybe you want to go out and do painting one night or wine sipping and painting or try cooking together, one of those cooking dates or whatever. Whatever it is, it may not work out for you. If it doesn't, then it just doesn't. But you got a great story to tell about it. So
But TLC, I like what you're doing, but I'm gonna go a different route. One of the things, relationships became stale. I like what you said, fresh, right? When the bread is stale, you make bread pudding out of it, or you throw it away. Then you go buy fresh bread. One of the things I think people need to do is have a throwback night. Go out there and push it. Go rent you a room, get you an Uber, and go get lit.
Oh.
Right? Let me tell you why. Because the way y'all met, when both of y'all left the house in your single days, both of y'all left, man, I'm about to go get ripped. I'm about to go get drunk. I'm about to go have fun. And who did you end up meeting? The person you with right now. Ain't none of y'all meet these people the way you acting now. So when TLC is saying go do something fresh, sometimes fresh may be, let's go back to the beginning. Like I said, rent your room, do an Uber, go bar hopping with the person you with.
Don't rent the room and go to sleep.
I know.
TLC, man, stop talking about what I'm going to do.
You know how I do it.
Look, guys, TLC is right. Look, some of y'all have been in relationships so long, go get a room and check in immediately at 3. Whenever they'll let you check in, or if you can get an early check in, go check into that room, put on your clothes, and leave out immediately. Like TLC said, if you get in that room and you don't leave immediately, you gonna wake up in Nightline and Dateline and Snap gonna be on, and the Peter Popoff Holy Water infomercial gonna be on, and you gonna be like, man, we ain't going out now. At this age, you got to go out early. Go bar hop, do something fresh. Rhonda, what you think when you hear TLC say that?
Listen, I think it's great. The thought of that is great. But we need to help these
people. You're going to bed part?
Yeah, all of that, right?
Yeah, get the sleep. The sleep part is what we want.
I sure got me a nap before this podcast, but that's a whole nother story. But I think we got to come from a standpoint too of, you may have been with this person that you can't tolerate no more. So I don't even know if I want to be in a room with you to even get dressed to go out somewhere, right? But I think it's so good to go out and do things like that, just to remind yourself of what it was before we got bogged down in the relationship. And if the relationship progressed to marriage and kids job, and all the things, right? So yeah, I definitely think that is a good idea. But for these real people out here that I know, don't even like to see that person breathe sometime in the morning. They may not need to be in no room. Go ahead, TLC. They may not need to be in no room. Trying to rekindle something.
Relationship resolution for 2024. Ladies, start watching these CSI murder cases.
Snap.
Hey,
Dateline NBC.
If you need to know how much antifreeze to put in the spaghetti to kill somebody, just leave the relationship.
Now TLC, I gotta say this now. Here's what y'all gotta understand: the psychology behind resolutions. Most of the time, resolutions don't work because you get told what not to do instead of what you're going to do. Mm-hmm. So TLC, you're telling them not to watch that stuff, but now you got to tell them what to watch. Okay,
watch a good documentary.
No, TLC.
There's a lot of good stuff on TV.
You got to watch that WAP. You got to watch the WAP.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear about it.
I want to see it. TLC want to see it. Now, Rhonda, you bring up a good point. We got to stick a pin in that. What if you were in a situation where 2024, we telling you 2024 is the year of you, and you're going to walk away, okay? Now, you can't stand the person you were with. I get that. But don't focus on walking away. Focus on walking toward. So if you're going to leave this person, where are you walking to? Okay? A lot of y'all can't even fill your calendar with things that you would do for yourself. And y'all don't understand. This is the reason why I walk into a nice restaurant and I immediately want to sit at the bar. People sitting at the bar are fine being by themselves. But why does the restaurant have tables? Because most people need to have people out with them because they don't enjoy themselves. Now, when I tell y'all to go bar hop with each other, the reason why I'm telling you to bar hop, if your relationship is in a funk, you got to go back to the beginning. You got to go back to the beginning. You got to try to restore. You got to try to restore. You got to try to rejuvenate. You got to try to do all of that. And guys, sometimes it ain't even about physical. It's just about remembering the why. Remembering the why. And one of the relationship resolutions of 2024 is remembering the why. Why did we get together in the first place? And then start looking at what changed. Rhonda, I like what you said, because guys, guess what, guys? It's a lot of y'all already right now planning on going out with your boys, or going out with your girls, because you done already said this relationship you in is over and you out on the prowl. Well, all you gonna find is the same thing you got at home. Don't go from the frying pan to the skillet, right? Don't go from the frying pan to the skillet. Rhonda just brought up a good point. Let's stick a pin in that, TLC. What's your advice for the person who's going to leave? I just said know what you're walking toward, but what advice would you give to him, TLC? And then Rhonda, I want to hear what your advice going to be.
Well, I think the first thing is you need to have goals for yourself. And it was something you said when you said, do for yourself. You mentioned the people in the airport, the guy, he's got all the baby stuff, all the bags and everything. I wrote this down. I said, helping less doesn't equal helpless. You need to realize that whoever you're with in a relationship, you're with them for a reason. They're not helpless. They're capable of doing some things on their own. You don't always need to be the person doing things. Sometimes you need to take a step back, take time out for yourself, do some things for yourself as well. That was one of my points.
I like that.
Help less does not equal being helpless.
Yeah.
And TLC, before you keep going, one of the things I can't stand, guys, y'all know there's people you can pay in the airport so you don't have to do all this stuff. There's people there who you can pay to do all this stuff so you ain't doing it yourself, and then y'all get on the plane and then y'all hating each other. And I'm gonna tell y'all, just got back. Crying baby in the back of the plane, whole way. Flight attendant came, closed the curtain, started handing us out our meal, handing us out our drinks. And man, my bags came on a different flight, so I had to wait. I saw the baby and I saw the daddy holding the baby. And I'm telling y'all the true story right now. This dude was sitting down with the baby crying. The baby wouldn't take a bottle. He looked at his dad because they were on a family trip. They were all traveling together. He looked at his dad and he said, man, I can't stand this. Wish I wouldn't have never done it. The daddy reaches for the grandbaby. The baby reaches up the arms to the granddaddy, stops crying immediately. See, what's happening right now, I'm looking at that man say, I hate this. I wish I never would have done it. And we know there's a lot of people in that same situation. Because in TLC, I want to make sure we don't forget this because I want Rhonda to jump in there. Don't have kids, okay, if you on your way out. Kids don't save things. Kids throw gas on the thing. Jump in there, Rhonda. Let me know what you're thinking.
Well, kids never solve problems. If anything, they create more. And if that's what they decided to do, then that's what they deserve to get. Let the rapture of a crying baby nonstop. But that baby feels his energy. That baby knows he don't really want to be his daddy.
That baby cried this 3.5 hour flight, guys. 3.5 hour flight. Cried the whole time. Like,
it's ridiculous. But at the same time, if you know you're working on your relationship, whatever part of it that you're working on, if there are no ground rules, if there are no guidelines, then why are we even doing this? Because it's very clear what we're doing is not working. So if you don't lay out a plan, and then what the Bible say, write the vision, make it plain.
Make it plain.
You have to have some type of roadmap if you are trying to correct some unwanted behaviors in your relationship. But no, children are never the answer.
And marriage ain't either. If you ain't married and thinking marriage is gonna fix it, marriage and children make things worse, guys. All you got to do, if y'all think y'all want to go that route, go to TV Land or go to Paramount Plus or go to any one of your streaming services. There was a show that was called Married with Children. Ed Bundy, Peggy Bundy, Kelly Bundy, Bud Bundy, all that kind of stuff, right? Why am I saying this to you guys? The reason why we're having this conversation is formal relationships were under attack in 2023. It's going to get even worse in 2024. Why? Because the more social media increases, the more your relationship is under attack. Because stuff coming up on your feed that you like, and you can't turn it off. TLC said, show me. Don't tell me. And I want him to go back. And helping less does not mean help less. Is that what you said, TLC? Helping less does not mean help less. So when you help less, okay, what are you doing more for yourself? And I think 2024 has to be that both of us have decided to focus on us, and that by focusing on us, we are going to end up together. But if I focus on you, we're not going to end up together. And if you focus on me, we're not going to end up together. You need to focus on you, and we should be on the same road. Go ahead, Rhonda, jump back in there.
Like, of course you have to focus on you. But I love that TLC said the helping less doesn't mean you're helpless. I think when you have someone in the relationship that's always doing something, or they just take charge of everything, then there's a lack of trust there. They don't trust you. You may not clean up the way I clean up. You may not cook the way I cook. You may not like put things in a certain spot. Like, and that's something that the person who wants to do everything like has to figure out. But I'm also like, if a guy is watching his girl do all of this, I feel like that's a problem too. Like, you could still come in and help. I just think now with men or husbands or boyfriends who are active in their children's lives, they are taking that role of let me carry the bag, because that's something they
Caretaker.
can do.
You've turned into a caretaker, and you've done it at the expense of being a good significant other or a good spouse. Okay? That's what, guys, stop being a caretaker. Stop being a caretaker. You need to focus on provider. Right? Women, my resolution recommendation for you, trust that he can provide. Because why did you get with him if you didn't? Go on, Ronnie, go ahead. I heard the go ahead. No. The comment about to start. Comments about to start.
No, but I think that's a big part of it. Like, at the end of the day, we all have done this, whether in a relationship or just in general, whether it's family, friends, or relationship. There are certain things where you just had to take charge. You just had to be the one to do it, or people count on you to be the one to do it. And it's just because people don't have the capacity. They may not even want the capacity to even do something like that. And it's exhausting. So it's like, oh, well, let me go ahead on and do that myself. And so I would say another resolution, which is one of my personal ones, I'm not being obligated to do nothing in 2024.
Repeat that, Ron. Repeat that.
Anything obligatory, I'm not doing.
Mm-hmm.
If it follows a tradition, I'm not doing it.
Stop right there.
But
if it follows a tradition, I'm not doing it. But Rhonda, like we said, Rhonda now has to take what she's not going to do and replace that with something else on her calendar, because the brain only processes a verb. That's why if you hear a guy say, I'm not going to cheat, what does he end up doing?
Oh, well, whether he say that or not, he going to cheat.
No, but I think one of the things that we're doing, guys, if the relationship is over, let it go. Remember, guys, one of my favorite scriptures in the Bible is, what you trying to gain, you're going to lose. What you're willing to lose, you're going to gain. Right? So a lot of y'all trying to put patchwork over it just for appearances standpoint, because now social media is our barrier, is our barometer, if you will, not barrier.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And so right now, everybody had to post their, go to people who got kids, right? They post their pictures on social media with the kids. Then go to the kid page to see if the kid posted it. And a lot of these relationships are one-sided with parent and child. Because the parent posting, oh my God. And I already know, once I see that, and what do I mean? If y'all putting both of y'all time into the kids, those kids got to give y'all something back so that y'all don't start hating each other. When I tell you about the dude I saw in the airport today, he ain't mad at the baby. Who he really mad with is the woman that was with said, no, I did this last night. It's your turn. I was out here on the outbound flight. Now it's your turn. Remember we talked about that 50-50 stuff? And that's the difference. Jump in that TLC. Let me know what you think.
It's funny that you mentioned social media and what you see on social media, especially now during the holidays. You see a lot of mothers and fathers posting the family pictures. Kids don't have that, but it's because the kids are looking at things different. It's just part of the holidays to them. They don't see this as a limited opportunity, whereas the parents are looking at this like, I don't know how long I'm gonna have my kids home with me. So I understand absolutely. That.
Yeah.
But I did have another card, and this one does tie in. It's amazing. Okay. This one said disconnect from media. Not this podcast. So if you're listening in, don't disconnect from this podcast. You get all kinds of wisdom here.
Yes.
But I said, you need to take time out from yourself during the day or during the week. I know I'm guilty of this. I always got my cell phone on me or my tablet. Things always beeping or notifications going off. So I do, just for me, I need to take some time out for myself and disconnect from social media. A lot of these sites, they have it designed for you to be logged in. you end up doing dumb stuff like buying wine glasses,
One wine glass.
one wine glass. So that's why I need to stop,
But
back up,
but
and just
but
leave the
TLC,
social media alone for a
TC,
little
TLC,
bit.
I got to disagree with you on that, right? I got to disagree with you on that. Social media is, if you're on social media and y'all are looking for things to do together, social media is good. Let me look at this hashtag for a restaurant. Let me look at this hashtag for a trip I want to go on or something like that. Let social media be a aspirational tool for you. But if you are now comparing yourself against other people you see on social media, remember, guys, those are the relationships that are in the most trouble. The more public it is, the more trouble it's in. And that's why, go ahead, TLC.
Elon Musk was doing an interview, and he was talking about how you see people at their best on social media. He was like, most people aren't as happy on social media as they pretend to be. They put up their posts of their greatest moments, if you will. So most people that you see on on social media are not that happy. It's
Right.
all kind of an illusion.
They're trying to convince you. They're trying to convince
Right.
themselves, and they're trying to convince you that they're not going through the same thing you going through. The reason why social media took off is because all of us are miserable. And if we just admit that we're miserable, we can make better decisions. Right. And so one of the things you guys are going to find, I'm glad Elon Musk did it, because remember, guys, we talk about social media gives you this mirage that you can live in, that you can kind of create and live in this alternative world.
Mm-hmm.
But your relationship is a real relationship. And so that's what I'm going with right now, which is some of y'all just need to look at yourself and say, if I wasn't with this person, what would I do to fall in love with myself? And a lot of y'all can't answer that question, because if that person, a lot of times y'all need this person in your life because you chose them because this person make you feel better about yourself. Some of y'all got with a known loser because it made you feel like you, and he's only a loser with you, by the way. She's only a loser with you, by the way. Because again, remember, guys, we did a podcast on work wife and work husband, all that kind of stuff. And I think one of the things you're going to have to do, guys, if your relationship was in trouble in 2023, every social activity you did in 2023, replace it with the exact opposite in 2024. What do I mean by that? If I went to church and my relationship is over with, or my relationship is struggling in church, guess what, guys? I'm going to start going to brunch instead of going to church. Like TLC said, I'm going on a different date night on Wednesday instead of Bible study on Wednesday. Right? You got to try something different, guys. Right?
Mm-hmm.
If you in a fraternity or sorority and it's costing you your relationship, you gonna have to let that go. Mm-mm. And you're gonna have to do some of these different things, because a lot of people are struggling with this stuff. You trying to make this other person fit into this life, and all y'all doing is fighting, scratching, and clawing. Jump in there, Ryder. Let me know what you're thinking.
Well, you do have to have extracurricular activities and hope that they are not cheating or any of the other things that people do as extracurricular activities. But if you are going to cut something out, it has to be, not only do you have to, yes, replace it with something, but it has to be something that you're also willing to commit to. Probably commit just as much as you were committed to going to church, or committed as you were going
to that fraternity,
yeah,
sorority.
Right. Like the level of commitment still needs to be there, but
any social club you're a part of.
Yeah. And so, but in this world of socialization, you kind of got to have something to do. People don't know how to be by themselves, whether it's from fear or whether it's from loneliness or whatever the reason may be. But I like how you said, let it be the year of you and not y'all, because the minute people get how to love on themselves, so much other stuff comes in that you don't even have to work as hard for.
Absolutely.
Because you are secure in yourself and you know who you are, and you know you don't have to necessarily settle unless you just want to settle. But don't fall for the okie doke that you have to be married, have to have kids, have to have this, have to have that. And then you're sitting up here just as miserable as those people that told you that's what you needed. And then here you over here about to slit your wrist.
With more bills. You're going to slit your wrist and have more bills. And I'm going to say this to you, Ron. I'm going to say this to you, because one of the things I'm trying to tell people is this, man. Focus on you. If I'm focusing on me and you focusing on you, how are we not going to end up at the same destination? How is it that two people can focus on being the best version of them and not end up at the same destination? Right? And the next thing I'm going to say is don't forget your company or your job. Remember, guys, we talked about this before. You don't fall in love with the person, you fall in love with what they do. If your job or your business ain't sexy, make it sexy.
Oh.
Because the moment the sexiness goes away from your profession, you're no longer appealing, whether you are male or female. Make your job or your business sexy, right? Because a lot of people, hey, TLC, or tell me about him. Oh, his name is Torrance. Okay, what does he do? Look, guys, if it's more than 3 words, that relationship ain't gonna last. If you got to explain what he does,
I got a long explanation. It's a lot going on over here. It's a lot going on over here. I'm gonna tell you.
Let me tell you this, right? Think about it. Tell somebody, hey, yeah, I'm gonna introduce you to my boy John. Oh, okay, John, cool. What does he do? He a doctor. Oh, yeah, girl, set it up. Right? That's it. Ain't no question. Don't want to know what kind of doctor. None of that. If you got work on your profession as a relationship resolution for 2024, because if your profession is right, your money is right. If your money is right, every relationship can survive. Every relationship can survive if the money is right. Because if the money come up short, now the argument's gonna get deeper. Now all of a sudden, I ain't never like you anyway. When the money drop, I ain't never like you anyway. It was never good anyway.
Well,
Go ahead, Ryan.
the personal insults come in when the money is low.
Keep that money up. You want to avoid it?
Yeah, like it's like money does something to or the lack thereof.
Yep. I guarantee Deontay Wilder lost that fight. He lost that fight Saturday night. That dude hit that guy with all he had, and that dude didn't drop. That fight was over. See, one of the things y'all gonna find is your profession is the best version of you. TLC talked about what Elon Musk said. Social media is how you act on the interview. Social media ain't the real you, right? Social media is what you want me to think you are in the interview. TLC, jump in there. Let me know what you think when you hear that statement.
Something Ron was talking about labeling people, which brought me to my last point. I said I need to stay away from labels in 2024. And I was just thinking more or less like, 2024 is an election year. People are quick to label things. This person's Democrat, liberal, whatever. I was like, you need to get away from putting a label on a person. Because once you do that, you become dismissive of everything that person does. You really need to step away from that and just kind of look at what this person is telling you or what it is they're doing. I can't say in 2024, Kanye's crazy. If I say Kanye West is crazy, then everything Kanye West does cannot be dismissed as just lunacy. But that's not the case. He does make some sense, and people you work with, people you're around, you can't just label a person. That kind of boxes a person in.
Stop right there, TLC. Stop right there. This is what a relationship is. If TLC says Kanye West is crazy, if you want to be in a relationship with TLC, your first question is, hey, TLC, tell me why you think that. I want to learn how you think. I'll tell you how I think, and let's have a discussion over it. We ain't going to break up over it. If you vote for Biden and I vote for Trump, we ain't going to break up over it. I want to understand, and I want to make sure I said this, understand the why. If a person has an opinion of something, understand their why. You don't fight over it. You don't break up over it. But understanding the why is one of the biggest things you're going to have to do in 2024. So what TLC is saying about Kanye just made another apology to the Jewish people today. Speaking of Kanye, I should have pulled that up.
Oh.
He made another apology today, and he wrote it all in like Arabic or Hebrew or whatever. But just like TLC said, I want to know why somebody hates Trump or hates Biden or hates Kanye or hates Real Housewives of Atlanta. And once I understand your why, now I know how to have conversations with you, not so that I can push you away, but so that we can continue to have a good conversation. Because guess what? I'm going to go back to what I said. That's why you want to bar hop with this person. You don't need to be having a conversation about politics and entertainment without some alcohol in front of you. Because you need to make sure y'all just vibing. I'm not trying to convince anybody to think like me. I just want you to listen to me, and I'm going to listen to you. What do you think about that, Ronnie, when you hear me say that?
Well, that leads me to think that people that are actually in relationships, preferably solid ones, that means that you need to do check-in dates, for lack of a better phrase. Like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
like let's just check in. Let's make sure we still on the same. Let's make sure we're still on the same page. Anniversary night is not to find out that,
And if you look,
like,
guys,
you know what I'm saying? That should not be the night
anniversary,
that you find out.
anniversary night should be the night you willing to give up because, like TLC said in the beginning, start doing stuff fresh. Now you ain't worried about the anniversary night. See, the only reason you worried about anniversary is the other 364 days are miserable.
Yeah.
Versus saying, look, man, if we don't do nothing on anniversary, that doesn't matter because we've evolved beyond the day we met.
And don't
So,
let that be a
yeah,
check-in date though. Don't let that be a
absolutely
check-in
right.
date to see
Absolutely.
to measure where our relationship is. Cause like wow.
Yeah.
Like now I
And that's
can't
why,
even enjoy my steak.
absolutely. And you know you're going to a nice restaurant for the anniversary, right? It ain't the Cheesecake Factory and all that like the girl had on the list that I still love, by the way. So
Let's
8 dating
let's
goals.
not label the Cheesecake Factory as a bad restaurant.
Oh, I love TLC. I love Cheesecake Factory.
It's
I
all
love
right.
Cheesecake Factory. I don't have a problem with it. Now, 8 dating goals. I'm over here at ArcaMax.com. I'm gonna post this in the description. The 8 dating goals for 2024. Not every date is going to leave you. This is for people who are going to be looking to date. Okay. Instead of looking at these situations as a waste of time, approach them as a learning experience. This is why we're talking about the year of you. Okay. Now, I'm gonna just go through these real fast for the sake of time. For the sake of time. Okay. Now looks like oh, hold on. Let me go to the apologize for that, y'all. All right. It's got all these ads. I apologize. That's what happens when you go to free websites that won't get copyrighted.
Whenever I see somebody outside and smiling, it looks like a ad for some kind of prescription medicine.
Now, I want y'all to see what they said. Date NATO. NATO in this case stands for not attached to the outcome. I had never heard this before in my life. And it sums up much of the advice I give clients about not viewing a relationship that doesn't lead to marriage or long-term commitment as a failure. Guys, go back in the playlist. Should marriage be the goal of dating couples? We did this. I'm showing y'all these articles, right? Instead of approaching each first date as the first step leading to your ultimate relationship goal, start at the beginning, meeting a new person, and be receptive to whatever it leads. Don't start at the end and backfill someone into your desired outcome. Rather, start at the beginning and get to know someone. TLC, what you thinking when you hear that?
Sounds like good advice. Just go out there to have fun, kind of learn about a new person. I mentioned earlier, don't be afraid of failure. Just go out there to kind of test the waters, see what's out there.
What about you, Ron? What do you think about that one real fast? NATO.
About how I love that acronym. But I also like that last statement or second to last statement. Don't backfill someone because you know this what you like. That part right there is so huge because I don't know not one female that has not done that at some point in time in their life because they may want to be married or may want something more, even though you don't know the guy. And then next thing you know, you wake up like, who am I married to? Who am I laying next to? Please stop breathing.
Absolutely. Y'all see number 2, recognize your own value and don't settle for those who don't. How is it that both of us are value added people, but we not ending up at the same destination? If someone doesn't see you for who you are, that's okay. It's just not someone you'll spend a significant amount of time with. If someone declines another date, breaks up with you, otherwise hurts you in the dating realm, it's not a reflection on you or your worth. Guys, I got to jump. I'm trying to get through these guys. I really want to get right. Go with the flow. Right? Sometimes difficult to go into a new dating scenario with no expectations. But that's the whole point, guys. When I go on a trip, I don't have anything planned. I check into the hotel. I go to the bartender and say, where should I go while I'm here? They'll tell me everything. Why am I going to stress out over planning stuff? Right? So look at what happens, right? Are we exclusive? When will I meet their family? Is it too early to discuss kids? That's what we typically do. We jump in too far ahead. Instead, let the relationship progress naturally and try to enjoy every step of the process. You only get one chance at the early stages. So where do most of the relationships failing? At the early stages. That's why I told y'all to go back to the beginning. Get a room, bar hop. Now that's what TLC talking about. TLC know if he go get a room, he taking a nap, right? But that's what y'all gonna find. That's why I'm telling y'all. As soon as y'all get the room, change your clothes and leave. Because if y'all so busy right now that you tired, and once things calm down, you just want to go to sleep. That's where number 4 comes in. Take breaks if needed. But you also, this is dating, guys, but for marriage too, you need to take a break. Your own well-being should come first. TLC just said it. Helping less does not mean you're helpless. Your own well-being should come first, even if that means taking a few weeks off of the dating apps here and there. Don't worry, Bumble isn't going anywhere, and you'll be more refreshed when you come back a better dater. Here's a big one. Learn from the negative. I'm just going through this real fast, guys. Instead of looking at these situations as a waste of time, approach them as a learning experience. Each time you meet someone, you find out a bit more about what you are and are not looking for in a partner. Now, I'm just saying to you guys, if you're gonna be on the dating scene, you need to date a lot of people. Don't worry about what people are gonna say. You need to date a lot of people. Stop trying to date one person and just because you're afraid people are gonna talk about body count and all that kind of stuff, right? You need to date a lot of people, right? We just finished the Christmas season. You went to a lot of stores to shop. You didn't go to one store. You went to a lot of stores. Okay. Say yes to opportunities. I'm just going through this real fast. Put up a profile on another dating app. Ask your friends if they know anyone who is single, and don't be afraid to approach a person who is sitting alone at the bar. Say yes to plans that might put you in the right position to meet someone new. Guys, y'all know I'm in the bar business. Don't be afraid to approach a person who is sitting alone at the bar. That person is working on themselves too. Rhonda, I love this one. Be present. I know one of your girls who used to say that. Be present, right? And look at what, while many people have an idea in their heads, I want to get married by a certain age, or I hope to be in an exclusive relationship in 3 months. It's important to have a here and now attitude when dating, right? No one can predict the future, but we can enjoy the present, guys. And the last one, keep perspective. Not every date will be enjoyable, but plenty will be. Dating is a cumulative process, and no singular date represents all people, a whole dating site or a whole gender, right? Now, TLC, jump in there. Let me know what you're thinking.
I think it pretty much covered a lot of things that we touched on.
Mm-hmm.
Just be open-minded. Don't get too stressed out, I would say, over one date. Just put yourself out there. Be willing to put yourself out there.
Yep. What about you, Rhonda? What you thinking?
I love the points that they did bring up. Very practical, very doable, unless somebody has put their own expectations there to put them under a crunch, to be married, to have the kids, to do all the things that will make them end up in a whole mess. But no, I thought those were some great points on just that I think work for married or single people if they want to restart something, or restart something.
And I'm gonna say this, guys. The reason why I did that, if you are married, y'all should be acting like y'all dating. Yeah. Y'all should be acting like y'all are dating. You need to take this. It's gonna be linked in the description. Y'all should be doing this. Now, granted, you ain't gonna be having dates with other people. But what you gotta learn is I still gotta date you as though I have other options available to me, because that's what's gonna keep me fresh. She needs to date you as though she has other options available to her. Stop trying to, you can't even enjoy each other because you're trying to put everybody in a box. The next article I want to share real fast, 15 New Year's resolutions for couples to try in 2024. Just so y'all don't think we crazy now. I'm gonna jump through these and get y'all thoughts on this real fast, Ron and TLC. All right, here's the summary. Communication, practice, active listening. Make all conversations constructive. Plan for frequent date nights. Explore your love languages. Y'all get down the playlist. We did the love languages, right? And experience it. What did TLC just say? Start new hobbies together. Travel to unfamiliar places. I'm gonna tell y'all guys, a lot of y'all breaking up right now because you went home to your family for Christmas and his family for Thanksgiving, and y'all hate the family. Stop doing it. Mm-hmm. Stop doing it. TLC, what do you think when you just see that? And then, Ron, I want your thoughts.
You know, it's not. I don't really have anything against tradition as long as it's working out for you.
But it's not.
I mean, if it's not, then you know, there's nothing wrong with coming up with something different just for your relationship and you guys. Somebody at some point started that tradition, so it's nothing wrong with you starting your own tradition.
Now, TLC, I'm gonna say this to y'all. I was at baggage claim. Now, this is a different part of the airport experience. I'm at baggage claim. One dude over there to pick up 4 bags. I said, I said, man. He was like, yeah, man, worst mistake I ever made was agreeing to go to my wife's mother's house for Christmas. He was like, when I bought these bags, 2 of them were empty. He said now he said all this stuff is filled with he's the only one over there getting the bags. Right? And that's what I'm saying to you, TLC. He went to a place and he hated it. And y'all got to start understanding when we say start new hobbies together and travel to unfamiliar places, tradition can't work once social media kicked in. Tradition can only work when I can keep you from being exposed to other things. Right?
But I will say this though,
ahead,
not to cut in on you. I mean, there is some sacrifice with their relationship. Just because he goes to his wife's mom's house doesn't mean that there's nothing coming up on the horizon that he could do. Okay, we did your thing for Christmas. Maybe for New Year's, they should do his thing. Whatever.
I disagree with TLC. I disagree with you. I had to learn that I ain't making a sacrifice. You don't have to sacrifice, right? At the end of the day, it's okay to say no. I'm not going. Guys, look. The thing is telling you start new hobbies together. Why? Tradition is killing you. You keep trying to do this old stuff that didn't work for your parents. They just hid it better, right? Ain't nothing better than when your parents get older, right? I was watching Coming to America on the plane, and I never heard a line that when the king was talking, to Prince Akeem. And this was right when it was to his 21st birthday. He was learning he was about to meet his new bride. And the mom and daddy started going back and forth about how they felt when they found out they were going to be in an arranged marriage. And what did King Jaffa Joffa say? See, Akeem, that's what you're going to learn. It's a fine line between love and nausea. And that was the first time I heard that line.
Yeah,
because she was talking about how bad she felt. He was talking about how nervous he was. And he was like, you see, Akeem, it's a fine line between love and nausea. And the wife looked at him like, really? You look at me? And so, but again, tradition. And so, Rhonda, jump in there. Let me know what you think before I move on to this article.
I like the practicality of these 3 points. These are very doable things. And it should be easy if you want to be with that person. Now, this right here is hard if you don't want that person breathing.
Absolutely. Or if you see that person as lesser than, if you got a parent-child relationship, if you think this person is just like, and y'all notice, man, look at this, communication, intimacy, and experiences. Where's sex at on this? This is where's sex at on the TLC? And it can lead to it, but why is sex not up here? Right? Yeah. The number one thing that's happening right here is a lot of y'all are in relationships because of that need. And until you learn to focus on you, you're going to always be looking for somebody else to fulfill your needs instead of yourself. But you got to do this for yourself, too. You got to practice active listening for yourself. Make all your conversations.
It says it's 15 resolutions, so the sex might be number 15.
No, we're going to get that. We're going to get that, TLC. Look at TLC. I'm going to go through it real fast. He ready to move on.
It might be 12 plays.
Oh, Lord.
Nice. I'm going to just go through this. I'm going to go through this. Hey, TLC, upward bound, 94, 12 play, shut it down. Look, guys. All right, number 1, practice active listening. Right? It's all about giving your partner your utmost attention and truly hearing their words, understand their feelings, blah, 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 blah. We just talked about it. Number 2, schedule regular quality time. Remember, guys, I keep talking to you about having a calendar. I have a calendar for everything I do. Everybody in my life, if you're not on my calendar, I can't meet with you. That includes everybody in my life. Okay? But you got to schedule quality time. Here's the big one, TLC. Learn to argue constructively. Don't go below the belt. You can't go below the belt. Now, you're going to go below the belt sometime. But if you go below the belt, guys, you got to find healthier ways to express your thoughts. Right? At the end of the day, just learn to argue.
Stay away from labels.
That's true. Romance and intimacy. Look at how they defined it. Planning and prioritizing date nights. If the sorority, the social club, the church, that's not a date night, guys. That's not a date night. Don't let anybody take. All those things are taken away from you. Okay? Y'all got to get out of that. If you are part of a fraternity and you're part of the fraternity and she's a part of the sorority, y'all going to a fraternity and sorority event is not a date night. Because that's representing somebody else. Y'all going to church is not a date night or anything like that. That's representing somebody else. Planning and prioritizing date nights. Whether it's a candlelit dinner at your favorite restaurant, a cozy movie night in, or an adventurous outdoor activity, these moments will keep the romance alive and thriving. You're not only prioritizing romance and intimacy, but also creating a steady flow of cherished memories, TLC. Look at what it said.
2024 Cheesecake Factory. Here I come.
Look. Let me tell y'all this. Y'all want to make Cheesecake Factory sexy? Go eat wherever y'all want to eat. Then go to Cheesecake Factory. Just get it to go. Watch what it do now. I'm telling you now. That cheesecake hit when it get home.
That
Oreo cheesecake. Run, I kill it. And I kill it. But look at what it says, TLC. Get the calendar and block out your first few date nights so you can get on track. Y'all got to get a calendar. Reignite your physical affection. Here you go, TLC. If you're looking to heat things up, make sure reigniting physical affection is your New Year's resolution. The hustle and bustle of day-to-day life, right? Physical affection is a language of love that needs no words, so use it your appreciation through hugs, kisses, and more. Being close physically does so much for the health of your relationship. It can help with your communication, connection, and reduce stress.
That wow.
Right?
It says, show me, don't tell me.
That's exactly what they said, TLC. Now, guys, we talked about it. Y'all get down in the playlist. Explore each other's love languages. You got to know that, right? Let's go to health and wellness, right? Exercise together. Now, I disagree with this one. I think everybody should exercise separately because what I might be working on for my body might be different. I think each one of you guys should have a fitness plan that works for you. You may like cardio. I might like lifting weights. If you start working out together, one of y'all going to have to sacrifice, and I don't believe in sacrifice. What do you think about that, TLC, exercising together? Because I think you bring your girl to the gym, every other guy starts looking at her. What do you think about that, TLC?
I think you can find some time where you can work out together. I don't think it should be necessary for every workout to be together. I think you can find something that you can enjoy doing together, whether it's going to play basketball together or something like that. But
yeah. What about you, Ryan?
I think you could plan a couple of walks throughout the week. Let that be y'all exercising together, because I totally agree with the different goals. And if you're not trying to bulk up, look more studly or manly, or if you're not trying to be curvaceous as a man, like this too.
Guys, don't take your girl. Don't take your girl.
Exercising doesn't have to be regimented like that. You can still have your own gym time, but you can go roller skating together. You can
have your own gym time,
basketball together. You can do physical activities together.
Have your own gym. Don't bring your significant other to the gym with you, because that let everybody know y'all got problems. Y'all can't even go to the gym separately. Come on, bruh. Come on. Now y'all, she over there lifting 10 pounds, and you over there trying to make her think you stronger than her. Like, dude, I already know your relationship.
It might be the other way around. You over there lifting 10 pounds. She over there.
That's you.
Yeah,
that's you, TLC.
He's helpless.
He helpless, TLC. Now, guys, look, plan and cook meals as a team. Honestly, guys, if you're in a relationship, I don't think there should be any cooking. One of the biggest problems with relationships, I disagree with this one. One of the biggest problems with relationships, guys, is turning the significant other into a domestic servant. Oh, you should cook for me. No, when y'all want to eat, go out. When y'all want to eat, DoorDash. See, TLC, I know you can. But the moment somebody starts cooking, that person becomes a servant. Jump in at TLC. Let me know what you disagree with.
For some people, cooking is an enjoyable hobby. There's some people who watch cooking shows. They love trying new dishes, trying new things. So for them, cooking is fun. It's not necessarily.
TLC, read number 8. What does it say? Plan to cook meals as a what?
As a team.
Okay, so if it's a hobby for you and it ain't a hobby for me, we got to go out.
Your part of the cooking might be something simple. Chop up this onion.
No, but I don't want to chop up an onion.
Cook the whole meal. But
it doesn't matter. See, this is the whole point. What is this cooking stuff? This is the one thing. When you go study the most successful people, all of them have a chef, right? All of them go out. Guys, do not look, guys. All I'm saying is plan for your restaurant out, man. Like, stop getting away from this cooking and stuff, guys. It's killing these relationships. If y'all from TLC, if you meet somebody from California, they don't eat like you ate from Hereford County. They don't know how to appreciate our barbecue.
But they can cook what they enjoy cooking. I can taste their food. Sometimes you meet people from different countries, they enjoy cooking. It's part of their thing. Sometimes in certain cultures, the food is a large part of their culture and stuff. So I don't have a problem with that.
Okay, Rhonda, what do you think about that one?
I think if both people like to cook, then I think it's okay. I personally don't care for it, but I don't like to cook like that all the time. Yes. But I think it can be a fun thing. I think if you do like a sur la table or whatever, like Williams Sonoma, and there you go, bam, that's y'all date night out, we cooking. I think that could be fun for some people. It's just not my cup of tea. Like I'd rather be served than to do the serving.
And that's all I'm trying to say.
What part of the hog is Sherlock Holmes?
See, that's why that's right there. Exactly, right there. That right there is exactly why you don't need to be cooked. Yes, he has. Yes, he has. Yes, he has, Ron.
Is that the fat back?
Yes, Ron. That's Ron. He done heard of it. He just ain't gonna take no girl there. I don't need nobody to tell me.
That's like that grade A barbecue right there.
Ron, the TLC said I ain't taking no girl. Ron, the TLC said I ain't taking no girl to prepare no meal. Right? Right? So support each other's mental health. Right? When I saw this one, I was like, yeah, the mental health problem is the person I'm with. Right? You right? So y'all need to move on. If y'all having mental health conversations, you got to ask yourself, why did it even get there? Right? Because if you're doing it right, you ain't gonna have to have no mental health conversations. It's gonna be somebody else. Now, here's the big one, guys. Create a shared budget. I don't agree with this one either. Focus on making money. Don't focus on the budget, man. Right? And this is what a lot of people struggle with because we did the 50-50 in relationships and all that kind of stuff. Stop focus. I don't agree with this one. Create a shared budget. No. All y'all gonna do is fight over it. You got your budget and he got his budget. Right? I'm just jumping through these guys for time. Save for a common goal. Nope. Get out there and become a producer. Come out, get out there. Let the person become the best version of themselves professionally, guys. Okay? I don't agree. Make an investment plan. The only investment plan you need to do is you. Right? All this kind of stuff, guys. See, this is where the fight's gonna start. But then I want to get to this. Adventures and new experiences. Volunteer together. Y'all want to do Habitat for Humanity and all that? Cool. But notice, guys, this is number 13. Where we mess up is we put this number 1. We going to do these things instead of the first 12. Remember, guys, this is a sequential thing. Volunteer together. I don't mind y'all volunteering together, but make sure it's priority number 13. Like what TLC said, learn something new as a couple. Right? Like, here's it, picking up a new skill like dancing or cooking, TLC, but that comes at number 14. Right? And then here's the big one. If y'all ain't traveling, right, go back to the Traveling with Bae podcast. If y'all ain't traveling, it is not gonna work, guys. If I don't leave you with nothing else, that's why I told you to go get a hotel in your town right now in Bar Hop. You got to get that feeling of traveling, because here's the deal, guys. Y'all don't have to travel together, but one of y'all should be traveling all the time, and then eventually, when y'all travel together, y'all gonna appreciate it. But each one of y'all should be traveling, and this got to be happening once or twice a month, where y'all travel somewhere. TLC, what you thinking about this one?
I like that. I think, you learn a lot about people by traveling. Traveling does get you away from everybody in your circle, first of all. So it gives you that one-on-one time. You get to experience new things. You get to see how they react to different environments. So I like traveling. Go back to that Traveling with Bae podcast and listen to me, and you'll have everything you need to know to guide you through that. So absolutely. I think it's great.
Is that what we're doing?
Yes. Go back to that podcast. Get that information.
Yes. Go back. Rhonda, what you think about the traveling together?
Oh, no. Traveling is definitely important because you get to see how someone could react in a negative situation. So like if the flight gets delayed or luggage gets lost or even taking something as simple as a train ride. Now, I've never done that, but I'm sure that could be a test too for your relationship to see how someone does when you're at the mercy of someone else and you're not in control of like all the things. So traveling is definitely a plus.
But guess what, guys? And that's what I'm telling you. Sometimes, guys, take an Uber to dinner instead of driving. Right? Like that counts as travel. Y'all got to do this based on your budget. Okay? Y'all got to do this based on your budget. You don't have to say we got to go to some island or something like that. You can go
Social media says you do.
Yeah, right.
Social media says
absolutely. But I can go to a place we haven't been that's a county over, right? And we just go, or like I told you, we're gonna go get a room somewhere in a different city. We're gonna drive for an hour. We're gonna do a quote unquote staycation. Like, guys, these are some of the things you got to look at. The traveling together. Y'all notice it's number 15. Look at what you got to do before you start traveling together. That's why
all
this
the
2024
things.
has to be the year of you, not the year of y'all. Because both of y'all work on those 14 things. Y'all gonna meet together at number 15. Because you only travel with people you want to hang out with. Don't be like the dude in
That's
the
it.
airport today, crying and saying, I hate it. I can't believe I had this baby. Right? Because it didn't work out. So TLC, jump in there, give me your closing thought for the night, brother.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate El Septimo #7 for being my 2023
Cigar of
Cigar of
the
the Year.
Yes.
Even though nobody anywhere asked me. Great cigar. I think these goals are great. I think this was a great podcast. It's been a great podcast throughout the years. I think we're both moving in a great direction as far as helping people with their relationships. They're going to get everything they need from this. Just for entertainment purposes only, but
Absolutely.
Great podcast, great information. So definitely wish everybody the best for 2024 and just looking forward to next year.
Cool. Rhonda, what's your takeaway?
I do love the articles that you brought up to point out like the path for people to take. I thought those things were very doable. I do believe though, if people get the right mindset, I'm sorry, I'm adjusting to these AirPods. If you get the right mindset, you have the discipline, and then you have the courage to be with somebody. Make sure you got the courage to be with somebody, because sometimes you may not have the courage to actually be with somebody because for whatever reason, like whatever you may have. But again, I stand on know what you want, know what you can tolerate, and if you can't, then don't do it. And yes, Joe, thanks for hosting and moderating this awesome podcast. We on the move, we on the rise.
People stealing our stuff. People stealing our stuff. I see it. People stealing it.
We real people having real conversations. They ain't ready for it.
They ain't ready for it.
They ain't ready for it. Like, not from us anyway. But no, man, keep doing what you're doing. Thank you for bringing the real topics. Torrance, thanks for always adding in something always colorful, not colored.
Yes,
but colorful.
You know it. You know it. Now y'all know my closing thought is a failed relationship don't mean you are a failure. But the reason why I tell you to base everything off of your profession, when somebody taught you something correctly, you performed at a high rate. You got to look at your relationships like that. But the only way you can have a good relationship is to have a good version of yourself. A failed relationship does not make you a failure. And what you guys got to look at is go look in the mirror and look at you deserve to spend the most time with you first. And I had, this is the hardest thing, because your whole life you get taught serve others, serve others, serve others, serve others. You look in the mirror, you don't even recognize who you are. And so when we look at these relationship resolutions for 2024, the number one word is you. The number one word is not him or her. The number one word is you. And anybody who calls you selfish for that, they're not going to be in your life in 2024. Everybody you in a relationship with should be encouraging you to become the best version of you, not to become the person they dump on. You are not nobody's doormat. You're not anybody's trash can, man. And y'all know what it is. It's to smoke something, drink something. Final podcast for 2024. Get down into the description. Support the channel. Get the merch, man. Everybody, man. Appreciate y'all being on for 2023. We gonna bring the heat 2024. I'm out there on YouTube. I know some of y'all well-known places stealing our stuff, but that's cool. Imitation is the highest form of flattery. Y'all ain't us, though. Because what y'all can't duplicate is the camaraderie and the chemistry. And guess what y'all can't duplicate? Y'all can't duplicate hometown. Y'all can't duplicate hometown. See, you trying to do this based on who you done met professionally. Y'all can't duplicate hometown, man. And, dude, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. TLC, let them know where they can find you again on the socials.
I'm on Instagram at TLClayton1. I'm on Patreon, The Joke I Didn't Tell.
Rhonda, let them know where they can find you on the socials.
Find me on Instagram at RMBLMBT.
Man, I appreciate y'all being on. My soundboard wasn't working tonight, but man, we look, we just gave y'all straight up raw, unfiltered resolutions for 2024 in your relationship, man. If you ain't done it yet, mash that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell for notifications, and until 2024, we gonna holler.